hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Cult Classic Podcast. Cameron Jones here, along with my co-host,
Mark Nussle.
Jordan Jones.
Jordan
Jones.
Thank you. Still
Jordan
in spring,
Jones.
but Jordan's background is nice and summery and oceany. We're giving you a horror film, a shark film, a creature feature. We're giving you
the shark movie.
It's a shark movie.
The listeners like they've done Jaws. What could they do?
Go back and see our Jaws. We're giving you the 1999 film Deep Blue Sea. In an attempt to cure Alzheimer's, desperate scientists who are about to lose their funding increase the brain size of 3 sharks to speed up the results. As a side effect of their meddling, the sharks have gotten smarter and will do anything to escape their prison to get into the open ocean. With their water lab crumbling to the bottom of the sea after a freak accident, our band of heroes must try to get to the surface before the structure collapses, or they become shark food.
Directed by Rennie Harlin, from the guy who brought you Die Hard 2 and Cliffhanger. Starring Thomas Jane, Saffron Burrows, Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Rappaport, LL Cool J, and Stellan Skarsgård.
It's a shark film. It's a shark flick.
It's a shark flick.
It's a science movie with sharks.
Scientists, they're always meddling, aren't they?
They're always meddling. Good practical effects, dated CGI.
It's got smart sharks.
Deep Blue Sea. Cast and crew. Okie dokie. This movie is directed by Rennie Harlin. I was surprised to see that he also directed Die Hard 2. I've never seen Cliffhanger, but it's probably something that it's like a popcorn movie, right? I'd probably watch it.
It's something I think I often confuse it for Vertical Limit.
Oh no, Cliffhanger is rock climbing.
Yeah, sure.
What's Vertical Limit? Is that like
that's the Chris O'Donnell Mount Everest one with nitroglycerin?
Yeah, okay.
Cliffhanger's like Stallone, doing all this stuff.
You guys ever want to climb Everest?
Nah.
No, I don't.
Nah, I have no ambition to climb any mountain.
I'm a base camp guy if there ever was one.
Yeah, you just go up there.
Hope you guys make it down. I'm going to be down here.
Also directed the movie Cleaner with Samuel L. Jackson. Always is coming across my either Hulu or Netflix.
Give it a go sometime.
It's where he like cleans up a
dead bodies,
crime scene and
crime scenes, dead bodies,
crime scenes. Music by Trevor Rabin.
Do we know him?
This he did Con Air.
Okay, we do know him.
Composer for Con Air, composer for Armageddon, a couple other ones.
Go back and see our Con Air and Armageddon.
It checks. It's like the same score. Heavy score in this movie. Actually.
Yeah, action-y, a lot of snare, a lot of trumpet,
a lot of
snare, a lot of trumpet, a lot of John Philip Sousa vibes. Maybe less tuba. On to the cast, we've got Thomas Jane plays Carter Blake.
You might recognize him from 61. Go back and see our 61.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Also, The Mist, the Stephen King adaptation of The Mist.
It's not my problem. What's his biggest hit? Is it probably The Failed Punisher?
And The Punisher. This was his breakout, though. And The Punisher.
Boogie Nights?
What's that?
Again?
Boogie Nights?
Is he in Boogie Nights?
He's in Boogie Nights. It says it's his most known for.
Shout out to Jordan. Go back and see our Scott Pilgrim versus the World. He's the vegan police.
That's so funny you said that because he's uncredited for that. He's the vegan police.
Sure is.
I never saw it, but he had like a TV show like Hong or something. I Got a Big Dick or whatever.
Is that just like the cousin to Californication?
Yeah,
it seems like a more boring version of
dick.
Got a big dick, I think.
Or RJ Berger.
Yeah, there you go.
Doesn't RJ Berger have a big schlong?
You got it. MTV
I believe that's
show.
all I know about the show.
Okay.
Thomas Jane.
Saffron Burrows plays Dr. Susan McAllister.
Anybody? Seems familiar, but do I know her from anything?
Oh, she's I've been watching a lot of You.
Oh, she's in that?
She's the mom of Love Quinn in like the second season.
Okay, so something more recent.
Season.
Okay.
Yep.
Spoiler alert: I humanized my version of her, and you're not gonna like my recasting. Okay. But I wrote it down, and it's who I'm sticking with.
On to Samuel L. Jackson plays Russell Franklin.
I mean,
the Suit.
You obviously know who he is. I mean, movies we've done, Jurassic Park. I mean, Pulp Fiction's a big one for him. Not that we've done it.
And we won't.
Snakes on a Plane.
It's just too much.
I could go on forever. I mean, obviously Avengers shit now. I mean, it's a Samuel.
But just to put you where he is in his career, same year this movie came out, He played some Jedi in The Phantom Menace. He's got purple lightsaber.
Mace Windu.
Mace
Purple
Windu.
lightsaber. I always liked the purple lightsaber.
I think he requested it. I could be wrong on
Did
this.
he? It was a
Unverified. He's
special
like,
one.
I'll
said-
do it, but I got to have a purple lightsaber.
George Lucas said they'll either come in red, blue, or green. He said, yeah, but I'm doing purple. And he said, okay.
Janice Higgins is the character, played by Jacqueline McKenzie. Don't know her from anything.
Familiar face, though. I feel like a lot of TV. Did you see any IMDb in there?
Oh, yeah, so much TV.
Sure.
But, like, just scattered across.
Years of just random
board.
cop shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of CSI and that type of shit.
Gotcha.
Michael Rappaport plays Tom Scoggins.
Comedian. I don't exactly know all the things he's in.
Surprisingly, I don't think he'd started doing stand-up till recently.
Oh, really? He was just a comedic actor?
Yeah, he's
He
just
like
a
started
comedic
in
actor.
stand-up and then kind of gave it up and then was just kind of like this type of role in a few films.
Yeah, he kind of, I mean, he did a lot of the I Love the 90s, those type of like, I mean, he's just a
Commentary.
personality.
Oh, yeah.
Had a stint
Yeah.
on Friends. He's been all over the place. In the most recent season of, a couple seasons of Only Murders in the Building.
Stellan Skarsgård plays Jim Whitlock. Real short stint in this movie.
I mean, most recently, Avenger kind of stuff. Go back and see our
Good Will
Hunting. He's popped up in something else for us, I think, too, but I can't remember.
Is he the father
he's
of all
like-
the Skarsgårds?
He is.
Skarsgård.
He is the creator of all
He
those
is
other
the Skarsgård.
Skarsgårds.
Yeah, so stay tuned for.
Strap Bill in like I think one of the pirates or a couple of the pirates.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he? Good for him.
Mamma Mia, I think he's
Sure
like,
is.
Yeah, Mamma Mia.
We'll do that someday, maybe. That movie's ridiculous.
Let's just go 1, 2, 3 and see if it happens organically. Have we done a musical yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, borderline Rocky Horror. That's a
Oh, yeah,
musical-ish,
sure.
but
Yeah, yeah.
that's like its whole own thing. Let's go 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. What do you want to be our first musical? Ready? In 3,
Wait, Hunchback.
2,
1.
1,
Seven Brothers.
Seven Brothers.
Seven
Cool.
Brothers.
Okay, cool. All right, there you go.
No way we are.
There
on the
you
same
go.
page.
So tell me
that's not
about them.
All right, let's get through the cast and crew.
All right.
We're pretty much at the end. It's just LL Cool J we got to talk about. He's the
Just
preacher. He's the cook.
LL
he's the
Cool
chef.
J.
He's about to move on to some sort of CSI or like Blue Bloods, or he's on some cop show now, I'm pretty sure, isn't he?
I think he's been
Or
working
was?
for CBS for a long time, but
Mama said knock you out.
I'd say this was the prime of his movie acting career. He was in this.
Yeah, this
he
was
did some
big.
like romantic comedies. He was in Any Given Sunday, that what I believe to be a very bad football movie with
Sure is.
Jamie Foxx.
Halloween H2O.
Ooh, yeah, Halloween too.
Oh, that's true. He's also in that.
And the lady who's just the dispatch girl. She's like main Sopranos.
Oh.
Okay.
She's like in all. Yeah.
Okay.
Ada Turturro plays her.
Was her name Brenda in the movie?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Way to go, Brenda.
How do you know that?
I watched it a
Did
lot.
they even say her name?
I don't
TBS
know.
and TNT.
I could be
Mark, that's
wrong.
how. Well, on that note, should we move it on to Unverified? Welcome to Unverified and the Cult Classic Movie Phone. It's July 28th, 1999, and currently in theaters you could have seen The Iron Giant, a movie we'll do at some point.
Oh.
Runaway Bride,
Not good.
Richard
But it
Gere-
came out-
I mean,
Actually, it's not. It's not good.
Johnny Suit.
my mom
I did
begs to
like a
differ,
couple
Jordan.
double
My mom
features.
begs to differ.
Listen, I'm on her side. You remember it being good, but then you rewatch it last Valentine's Day with a couple double features. Doesn't hold up. It's garbage.
It's a good movie poster, though.
You want a movie that's like that, but a little better? Just watch In and Out.
True. Made for TV movie, but Johnny Tsunami.
We could do that.
Inspector Gadget, the live action.
The
With
Matthew
Broderick.
Broderick version.
Ba-dum-ba-dum. Yep.
One of the better McDonald's
It's toy things.
toy.
Sure,
Good
yeah,
toy.
yeah, I'll agree with
yes,
that.
of course.
Drop Dead Gorgeous. That is a cult classic comedy we could do. The Haunting with Catherine Zeta-Jones, Liam Neeson, and Owen Wilson.
She dips beneath the
That's your jam?
lasers. Ooh.
Lake Placid. A creature
Ooh.
feature we could do.
Yeah, we'll probably end up doing
This
Lake
is-
Placid very soon. Maybe even this year.
You know what I'm most excited about if we do Lake Placid? Hey, get me some more Oliver Platt. I love that
Oliver
motherfucker.
Platt's great. Eyes Wide Shut.
We could do that right now, and we're only talking about one scene.
True.
That 50-minute orgy in the middle of it.
Muppets from Space. Muppets from Space. I got to get rid of a dog real quick.
Maybe the one I've seen the least. Maybe the Muppet I've seen the least is from Space.
You know, I'm really strictly Christmas Carol and not too much the other ones.
Well, I'm pretty strictly Treasure Island.
The
Yeah,
diamond,
I know you and Cameron used
Treasure
to be,
Island
right?
and that Diamond Caper one from in the New York one. I like that one.
Wherever we may roam. Tim Curry.
The password is
Curry.
Fidelio.
The Blair Witch Project.
Oh, really?
The July of 1999.
Oh my God, that movie scared the shit out of me.
And finally, American Pie. Go back and see our episode of American Pie.
This is July of 99.
July of 99. And I
Jeez,
left
wow.
off a couple because we'll probably touch some of these episodes at some of these movies I mentioned. So, I'll have to come back.
What a
I
month,
saw
what a year.
I saw
You
Blair,
chose Deep Blue Sea.
I saw Blair Witch in the theater. Had Mom take me and like 6 of my friends. It was a big deal. I'll kick it off just because I like to do this, and it just reminds us that this age is come and gone. Budget. Cool, $60 million.
I love the budget.
Which was kind of it had a small budget for the effects, and we will get to that in a second. Go on.
That's kind of
Yeah,
90s
I mean-
B movie, though. Like that 50 to 75 mil. Like,
That checks, and it kind of
checks.
looks like that, but it's got decent like production value. It's just
I agree.
You know, whatever.
The CGI has dated itself a little bit, but at the time it wasn't
lot.
terrible.
No,
A
at the
lot of
time,
it.
I remember it being.
It was pretty good. It was good at the time.
Samuel L. Spoiler: the Samuel L. death. Like, I remember that being just frightening.
Oh yeah.
As a kid.
At the time, I thought like
didn't
just like
take you out of it at
anybody
the time.
thinks. No, at the time I'm like, well, I guess we'll never get more real than this.
Yeah,
And that's how
I mean,
everything
well,
is.
this is it.
But go on. sorry.
Box office, so cool, $164 million. Aren't those days over?
Yeah, not too bad. It did great. It honestly did.
It's like when you hear a show got canceled for having like 6 million people watch it. You're like, Jesus Christ, that'd be the biggest thing in the world right now.
We talked about some Jaws things, just some homages to it. The license plate that's in the tiger shark's mouth at the beginning is the same license plate that falls out of the shark in Jaws, the same numbers and stuff on it.
Oh, I didn't know it was that realistic. Cool.
I feel
and
like Rennie Harlan's kind of taking shots at Spielberg here.
A little bit. Is it because the shark size?
The license plate, just sort of a nod there, and then B, if you want to take this fact. Yeah, the shark
let me
size.
see here. The Gen 2, the one they made, the Mako is described as 40 feet long and 8,000 pounds. That would make it more than 3 times the length and 4 times heavier than the largest Mako shark ever recorded, and twice the size of the largest great white shark. But also the regular sharks they had were 26 feet, and Jaws was 25 feet. So they specifically went 1 foot bigger.
That's
just
so petty.
They
I
just
love
prices riced it.
Yeah, they totally
But
priced
the reverse.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if they paid homage like we did 1 exact foot smaller? We're not gonna mess
We're not
with
going
the
to do
big
that.
dog.
Shout out to Jordan and another syndication on HBO, the movie Sphere, also starring Samuel L. Jackson. That orange sub you see that's upside down in
They reused it?
That is the same sub from Sphere, the ones they used to escape at the end. The
You
exact same
gotta
ones.
reuse the sub. You just have.
I don't know how
It's
much we
fiscally
go into this,
responsible.
but I watched Sphere way too many times. You want to talk about HBO?
It was right
on.
when we re-got HBO when we switched
Yeah.
cable packages. So like it was just on all the time for that month, and we caught it a lot. Another weird crossover. They were in the same shooting location in Mexico that they were for Titanic.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Go back and listen to our Titanic
They were
episode.
reusing
In
they were
Mexico?
using some of. Well, it was that, and it was that. They had a few different locations. They reused that for some scenes, and then
Fox Studios Baja.
Yeah, they also had that. They were like.
My guess is they
3
just have some
locations
you
total.
can shoot in the ocean to some extent.
We had the ocean shots were the ones in Mexico where they had the same spot from Titanic, and then any just tank ones were the studio
It
shots.
says here because what's his name? Rennie Hanlon, the director, shot Cutthroat Island in the ocean, and he's like, "Fuck that! We're going to like an actual studio, like where Titanic was mostly shot, just so we could have
Control
the most
over-
controlled circumstances as possible."
That makes
So,
sense.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? And let's have the
He
water
learned
heated
his
if we
lesson.
can.
Cutthroat Island is considered one of the biggest flops in film history.
Haven't seen it.
And it's like a swashbuckler movie, which is weird because it got revamped, with the pirates. And everybody's like, this is fucking awesome. I think it just went way over budget, had a lot of problems, and I read that it kind of ended Gina Davis's acting career. For a long time. Like, she took the big hit. I don't know if that's completely true, but she's talked about it like
Dottie.
Dottie, go back and
Go
see
back.
League of Their Own.
And stay tuned for Beetlejuice someday.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't done that.
Stuart Little?
This is the craziest one to me. Do you guys want to hear this? Do you know why some of the effects look great? Because they had 4 fully operational mechanical sharks that swam up to 30 miles per hour using the fins as a shark would. So let me read this to you.
Okay.
So the remote-controlled machines had 1,000 horsepower engines, weighed 8,000 pounds, and swam on their own without the use of external wires or apparatus. Those were giant remote-controlled sharks that used they studied sharks for a long there's a lot more into this, but they studied marine biology, they studied their movement, and they made robotics. They even had their jaws specifically float in the way I guess that sharks do to keep them buoyant. And but they
do that.
They had 3 full robots and then a half one. But a lot of the shots you see that aren't clearly CGI are just fully
animatronic.
Yeah, mechanical animatronics.
They look good though. But I think what you're pointing out is, unlike a lot of other shark movies that predated this one, you saw the entire shark swimming, which I feel like you didn't see with a lot of our other animatronics.
No, you would just get a shot here or there, or after this, it just went straight to CGI and looks like shit. But but all the robots look great, like that tiger shark that Thomas Jane is swimming with at the beginning.
He's wrestling with it. Yeah,
it looks real. If you want some,
Titanic is what 2004? Sorry, 94. I'm sorry,
97.
97.
2 years.
Okay, so a couple years before this.
1 year before this.
What I'm trying to say is someone's got to give Rennie Harlin some software updates. He doesn't have what James Cameron had.
Because he leaned into bots. He leaned into robots, and it looks great.
The robots
just to give you a little more on this, though, they could swim up to 30 miles per hour.
That's fast.
They built 4 1/2 sharks, 3 15-foot makos, which played the first-gen sharks, and then the half-gen shark, which is the big one, was a 26-foot long robot. That's freaking huge.
That's huge.
Then there's a bunch of quotes from people like Skarsgård. The first time I saw one of these animatronic sharks, I thought it was a real one. Samuel L. Jackson. When they first brought the animatronic shark into the lab, we were all in awe of the size of the mechanic. It was a real monster. And then there's also a quote here from someone saying that accidentally
Samuel L. Jackson was a marine biologist enthusiast.
One of the sharks was sitting in McAllister's room, and just as they were getting the computer program finished, all of a sudden it leapt up and went through the ceiling. So apparently also they had a spasm where these were super powerful robots on top of that, just to make it a little more terrifying.
Yeah,
I know this about
Sam L. When he's thinking marine biology, he's thinking guppies. He's not thinking 26.
Yeah, he's more of a seahorse guy.
More seahorse. Yeah.
I know this to be true about any monster movie animatronics. If it's scary, there's lore behind it. Bit somebody. It
really hurt somebody.
Really fuck somebody else. Big
Very
machine just fuck people up. If it was docile creatures, nothing ever happens. But if it's a monster,
Jordan, can I get the budget one more time?
60 million.
60 million. There wasn't a huge budget for the movie, and director Rennie Harlin stated in the commentary that there was a lot of discussion of can we and can we not have the parrot in this movie. And here's why. Because parrots through the American film industry have handlers, they have trainers, they have schedules. So instead they just got a parrot from Mexico and a Mexican trainer, and apparently they didn't have all those regulations, and they were able to get the parrot in the movie, but it was a big contention. They really wanted it, and they got it.
Well, there you go. That could move on to one of my biggest animosities.
The parrot in the movie.
There's
not the parrot being in the movie.
I heard there's 2 parrots. One that was just chill with flying around, and then one that was just chill with
could be eaten by an animatronic that they could barely
sitting
control.
on LL Cool J's shoulder.
Sure. Gotta have. I'm sure they had multiple parrots, but they all came from Mexico City.
Is his name just Preacher? We got another name for him.
He definitely said his name maybe in his
Yeah, we'll look at IMDb, and if they have something more than Preacher, then yes.
Okay.
Did you guys notice during the filming that twice Saffron Burrows can be spotted giving the universal out of air signal, where she's giving the arm across the throat? It's when she jumps in the water for sure to sacrifice herself for the shark. She does it, and I forget what the other one is, but as a kid I remember seeing that being it seems like she's signaling to production that she's out of air. And it is. They just kept it in. Yeah, they just ran out of shots, I guess, and had to keep that in. But it always caught me as a kid as weird.
I do not remember. I'll have to look for it next time I watch it, if I ever watch it again.
This was the first movie that Stephen King saw after his nearly fatal accident with a van. He almost got run over by a van.
He almost died. Yeah, he got hit by a car on the side of the road. This was his first movie back out of
Cameron,
recovery.
take it over.
He just loved it. That's it. That's all the fact is. He loved it.
No, so I definitely know he got hit by a bus.
First, in movie experience, he grabbed some Rolos, a jumbo bucket of popcorn. He just sat down in a wheelchair.
I thought he got hit in the 80s. What year did he get hit?
No, it would have been around now. It was later on.
I had never heard that, so I thought that was super interesting.
Almost died. Do you want to hear something crazy? For one scene, Thomas Jane actually swam alongside a real-life shark, but they only allowed him to do it after all of the other scenes for the movie were completed on the off chance he got bit.
Hey, you do what you got to do, but we're gonna save it till the end.
You know that's why they did it, though.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Did it make the movie?
I don't know. And I'm guessing it's something to do with the beginning with the tiger shark. I have no idea when it is. Let us know if we're missing anything major out there, but we're going to move it on to questions.
Comments.
Animosities.
QCA. I have to talk about that shark at the beginning. So
which one? The very beginning.
The very, very beginning. One, it seems like it's attracted by wine, whatever. Number two, it gets shot once and immediately stops. Those people don't get in the boat at all. As soon as that shark is tethered up, they're like, everything's fine. I would be scrambling my ass off. What if it gives way? You know what I mean? They just do not care.
Well,
enough.
If I know anything about sharks, if there's one, there's more.
Sure, yeah.
There's not just
going to be
one.
A frenzy.
It's a frenzy.
I really forgot that opening scene. I liked it. It kind of played against. Hey, these guys don't.
This is kind of all encompassing. So it may be a little too broad to talk about off the bat, but I do like that this movie kind of strayed away from a lot of the horror movie kind of tropes and rules. Like the teens at the beginning, spoiler, don't die. All of the women do die.
Mm-hmm.
The comedic black actor, spoiler, doesn't die. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting, and I like that.
It does kind of go against tropes.
It does pay a lot of homage to Jaws. It is definitely, obviously a shark movie. It's not specifically a creature feature. It leans into horror a little bit. It's horror action creature feature. It's a good mix of the three.
I'd put it in creature feature probably, though.
It's also borderline, even though I know it's set at sea. It's kind of like a space movie too, because of their surroundings.
Because you can't get out, kind of thing. Which brings up my second animosity.
Your little claustrophobia.
I'm not trusting the structure of a World War II submarine facility. The infrastructure of our country's crumbling. You want me to go? You want me to go 3 floors under? No.
I got a real big question. Okay, if we're getting into the logistics of that,
sure.
One, that place needs way more guardrails than it has. Yeah. I don't think I saw one in the opera level.
No,
you just want everybody to fall into
shark water. So easy there.
Yeah, and it's nothing but shark water. They might have rails to fall into the ocean where there's less sharks, but inside the facility ain't nothing but smart sharks, right?
It's very dangerous.
Let's get some railings, guys.
So you just said that if they fell into, let's say the whole system collapses, the whole building collapses, whatever. There's only 3 sharks in there, right? In the fenced area?
Yep.
How deep do these fences go?
To the bottom?
To the bottom?
To the bottom.
To the bottom.
The facility, I believe, goes to the bottom. I'm just guessing where we're at in the ocean isn't super duper deep.
Super deep.
Yeah.
Super deep.
We're out there, but it might not.
We're not in Mariana's Trench. Got it.
No, because they get from the 3rd level, which theoretically is on the ocean floor, and swim to the surface without their lungs popping or any decompression problems. So I assume it's not.
Let's assume whatever, we've got all the funding, this is where we're doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why are they testing these sharks so much in the wild? Why don't they just do it at a SeaWorld type facility or a zoo or something? Why we got to be out in the wild like that?
SeaWorld's getting a lot of pushback. Shamu,
not 1999.
Maybe,
I can tell you that
maybe
much.
99 is when it started. You're probably right. Though.
I had that thought, and I have a few different answers for you. Number one, let's think back to Jaws 3D. We've never been able to keep a shark in captivity without it dying. That's actually, I think, factual. Bigger sharks.
Is that factual?
I don't think we're good at keeping them without them dying right away. But my answer number 2.
Every aquarium I've ever been
not
to,
an 8,000 pounder. I'll tell you that.
They have those little sharks and shit. But I'm saying
okay, you're saying a great white. Okay.
I'm quoting Jaws 3D, where they say we've never been able to keep a great
How are you
white
even able-
in
how are you
captivity. Because
able
I've
to
seen all
quote
the Jawses a lot. I don't know. But my answer to you, Jordan,
if you're playing along at home, I've got no reference of Jaws past 1.
Two's good. I love 2.
I can get you through 3 as far as references go.
Do they go to space ever?
They do in Back to the Future in that timeline.
Okay.
But my answer to you maybe is like, why do they have to be so far out at sea? I get that no one knows they're breaking codes and making super smart sharks, but like we couldn't have this like 10 miles closer or something, you know?
Is this all privately? Is this funded by a company or is it solely funded by Samuel L. Jackson's character?
Company, whatever he owns, you know.
It's like his corporation or whatever.
Yeah.
Why is he standing so close to, I would assume, the heir of the throne, the company? He's
hand on the shoulder?
Hand on shoulder.
Somebody storyboarded that shot and they're like, we're doing it. We're doing the shot.
it.
Just, I'm going to need you to put his arm. I don't know. It probably is in a reference to some other movie.
But why is Samuel L. not relaying some of this information back? Like, hey, yeah, it's fucked over here. What's going on?
Cell phones were different. It was 1999.
Well, cell phones are different.
He probably sent a fax, and the sad thing is they'll get it on Monday, but he'll already be eaten. That's the thing.
I can get you there, but first off, I have to say, so he's the money. He's the financier, right?
He's the money.
Yeah.
Granted,
Did you
he
see
might
what he
be
was wearing when he showed up?
Granted, he might. Yeah, I mean, he's the money. Granted, he might be like a tourist, but everyone's being a pretty big dick to the money. Maybe they should be a little nicer to the guy that they're trying to keep this whole facility open, and they're obviously kind of a sketch facility.
I would
The weird
assume
thing is he
Sam
also
could
seems
Sam L.
into
would just
it.
be like, fired.
Yeah, like
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
sass, fired.
Yeah, he'd be like, okay, well, you guys are close. Fuck this whole thing. You guys are dicks.
He actually seems into it, I think.
Ever being a little
he's
mean
not
to
giving
him?
up. No, like I feel like he's like, give me a reason. I want to see these, whatever you're doing here with my $60 million or whatever, you know? Like his character doesn't seem combative the whole time.
Until things get real bad.
He does
They can
seem
get a whole lot worse.
He does
Do we
seem very, very ready to talk about his Mount Everest experience, if that's what you're wondering.
That's not the first
Oh,
time.
that's total Sam.
That's
Sam.
not the first time he's broken that promise.
Oh, yeah.
I promise I wouldn't say we ate those other 3, but I have 10 other times.
How many times in a business meeting it's like, we were out there, we were alone on the mountain, we said we weren't going to eat 2 people.
He didn't start.
Sam, you were in Denver.
Yeah, he
Did
wasn't
you know
that high up when he got in that accident. He ate his way to the top.
yeah. That's true.
Hey, question. How do you become a shark wrangler? I get that Thomas Jane has a police record, but like that still takes aquatic skills. Like, I mean, maybe not marine biology, but a knowledge of sharks at the very least, a knowledge of swimming
Just
maneuvers.
word of mouth.
You
I
know
know a
how-
guy. He's ready.
You know
He'll
how
get you the shark.
Helen Hunt and Twister?
Dennis
What's
Quaid?
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman?
No,
Paxton.
No, both wrong.
Bill Paxton.
We got there.
Bill
at the end?
Paxton. You know how they do it? They just do it. They go
Yeah,
out.
you just
okay,
do it,
They buy
Cameron.
the truck. They
Okay.
You do it. You just do it.
Sure. Okay. Fair. Sure.
No,
I mean,
don't
I
think
would
there's
say
schooling
right now
involved. I
he's
don't
at
think
the-
there's licensing permits. I think you just go out.
You need a
and-
criminal. You need someone exposable. Is what
I
he's learned.
understand
That's
100%
exactly right.
how you become a shark wrangler. I don't get how somebody's like, hey, we need one. Can you find one for us? Do you got a guy? That's word of mouth. That guy's wrangled some sharks.
What was
And this
Steve
is
Irwin
pre-internet.
titled?
Say again.
What was Steve Irwin titled? Like the alligator.
See, that's actually what I was going to say.
Well,
There's
he
so
might have
many
been like
swamp.
Was he a rank? Well, like
I think he was probably a zoologist, like if he had a real title. Like I think he did a lot of that.
no, but they called him
actual
like the
Crocodile hunter.
Crocodile hunter.
Oh, yeah.
He's hunting.
See, here's what I would maybe say to you. Think about how many swamp alligator tamer dipshits there are. I'm saying you could go to like a beach town somewhere and be like, we need a shark wrangler. Like, we got this guy with nothing to lose. That's how you get that guy, Jordan.
That's true. But he seems to be the best.
Can I ask you a 50?
Well, they didn't know that when they hired him.
question?
Yeah, go for it.
Does a shark wrangler have a ponytail?
Most of the time.
Usually.
Yes,
Rat,
it does.
I would say rat
Yes,
tail
he
for
does.
sure.
Usually, because
that's,
that's
an
a
option.
creature. That's a creature you don't have to
He,
worry
she.
about grabbing your ponytail and pulling you in. That's
It's
as
probably
long
a
as
good
it's not too
defense
long.
mechanism, though, too. You know
Well,
what I
it's
mean?
too greasy to be pulled in. That's
Also, here's a question: why did they need a shark wrangler?
It seems like they have those other people getting
That's
those
a good
tiger
point.
sharks to him. It seems like they have another crew. Maybe he's just like the leader because this is a skeleton crew. We find out this weekend. Like
Oh, I'm
90%
glad,
of everyone's gone.
glad
course
you
it's a
brought up that
skeleton
word.
crew.
Can I please, for the love of God, this is a PSA. This is why you don't work the weekends. Don't ever
don't work
volunteer.
weekends. Don't work nights.
Worst case scenario, it's this. The facility falls down. A lot of people get
They're super
sharks.
smart.
But
They're
most
super
of the
smart
time,
sharks
it sucks anyway. I mean, some people like to be on the skeleton crew, get a couple of extra hours, but this is what happens. This is what happens.
Graveyard shift.
There you go.
Also, just hey, I know that like funding and timing and everything, and Samuel's about to like cancel them, but like if the storm's that bad, you cancel the event. If the sharks ram the tunnel, like the whole experiment, like he's there to witness the experiment. They're rushing things forward.
I thought the experiment is just kind of ongoing, though. It's not necessarily.
But like they're for sure speeding things along for him to witness some results that day.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
There's so many scary movie warnings of like, I wouldn't go there kind of things. Like the sharks
usually
ram
a storm. No,
yeah, there's the storm. The sharks ram the cage that Thomas Jane's in. They swim backwards and they can't do that. And then what's the other? Then he just goes out there and they lose. Then they see the sharks taking out the cameras and they continue.
Yeah, I mean, I think by that time though,
it's like 5 minutes of it's like 5 minutes of straight warnings of I think these sharks have learned.
Okay, take away the weather, which it is what it is. You're down there.
Hurricane.
I mean, you already tapped the keg. Like you can't you know what I mean? Like these sharks are smart and they're coming to murder you. You already made them smart and now they want to kill you. Like what are they going to do to get out of that situation? If they would have acted any faster,
and Scoggins totally doesn't fix it in the time that our time plan. They could just jump the fence again. I think.
There's only 3 sharks. No.
Yeah.
Noi.
Yeah. Except for that tiger shark they bring in for food at the beginning.
But the biggest problem happened though, not from these sharks trapping them. It's from a helicopter crashing into Brenda. Right?
Yeah,
that's where they got fucked.
That's the biggest thing. Like none of this could have happened if Skarsgård.
She could have just called somebody up. That's really what screwed them.
Yeah, but
the whole upstairs control area was on fire.
Crash into Brenda.
This brings up a whole question and a big old animosity.
I don't even think that was shark related. Really, a little bit. They kind of had Skarsgård fishing.
Weather. Turbulence.
Just bad luck.
Well, they pulled the helicopter straight into Brenda, but
that was the sharks doing that.
So
I thought that. Was
it grabbed onto the cable and then towed it towards the glass. Which big old question. So these sharks can take down like steel plate doors, ton doors.
Yeah.
But it took them throwing Skarsgård at like 30 miles per hour into the glass to crack it. They couldn't just ram that.
No, Cameron, that was them fucking.
It's like those hammers that perfectly break car glass. Like they just needed the corner of a stretcher.
I think they were just messing with them.
That was mind games.
I think they were smart. They're like, hey, we're here.
Do you want to really fuck with them before we come in there and eat them? If we threw this guy at him.
Do you want to know what's worse?
That didn't kill him either.
Getting your arm? No, it didn't. Do you want to know what's worse than getting your arm
bled
bitten
out
off?
and or just suffocated?
Hold on.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Mark.
No. Do you want to know what's worse than getting your arm bitten off by a fucking monster shark?
Drowning?
It's getting dragged by a helicopter through the ocean with your arm bitten off from a monster shark, and then getting slammed into a glass window in front of all your peers.
And then you have 15 to 20 more minutes of oxygen before you really die.
You don't really know when he dies. He just kind of shows up at the end, kind of like floating.
Which is almost another Jaws homage with that one like boat.
It definitely was a Jaws homage, but he seemed pretty coherent, like while getting rammed, and he's like, "Guys, come on!"
Well, he blinked. Yeah, he's like, "Ow, my mouth's covered." Fuck. I have no other way to say like,
"My arm really hurts."
We're really in it, huh? He blinked. That's the only thing he can do.
Okay. Question though.
Sure.
Or comment. I kind of forgot this movie a lot. Like, I definitely remembered the big like, "Hey, this happens.
Sure.
But I forgot entirely about his character. So I'm like, oh, cool. I mean, it sucks. He got
character?
Skarsgård's character. Completely forgot about him entirely. So I'm like,
he's the first to go.
That's probably why I forgot about him. But in real time, I'm like, oh, good. I mean, it sucks you got your arm bit off, but at least you get out on the chopper. I'm like, oh, no. I
can't play God in these movies.
They're just dragging him through the water.
It just kept getting worse. I'm like, man, that's rough. That's what you get for smoking.
He doesn't
what you get for smoking.
By a monster. He doesn't get eaten by a monster. That's a plus.
I mean, he does eventually. Actually question.
We don't know that. He's actually fully intact.
His body might get eaten.
Which is worse? Getting eaten by a monster or a shark?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Or getting fucked with by a shark for 20 minutes and then drowning.
Getting fucked with by a shark slammed up to a glass window in front of all your friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he went out, with like He was
on top. No,
Probably
but-
naked too.
Also, just
I feel
going
like
back,
he probably did get depanced.
I think so.
In a sense.
Going back to that scene, though, also just animosity. There's not a goddamn chance that he tranked that shark on a platform in the middle of that ocean when it's murky, you can't see in front of your nose. They're already super smart and forming an attack. How did he still wrangle a shark in all those circumstances? He's pretty good at his job.
I've got a question for you. What is his job title?
Shark wrangler.
That's how you do it, Cameron. Like how you and I would do it, I have no idea.
Sure.
But he's a shark wrangler.
It seems
Have
a
you
whole
guys
lot
ever
of
tried to open your eyes under salt water?
It's
ocean water?
Just once. Just once, and I'm like, my bird.
It was it was 99, 2000 after seeing Titanic, and I was like, can I do it? I couldn't.
Guys, this if you want to
And you
go
try.
to what's the most recent you've done it, Mark? You trying it every time you hit the ocean?
Fuck no.
No, but chlorine, I'll fuck with it.
Well,
Oh,
chlorine's
chlorine,
still
I do, yeah.
I still don't
Just
prefer
try. It burns. I would. Yeah, I mean, I come out looking red-eyed, like I got some pink eye.
Yeah. Oh, this is non-movie related, but there's pink eye, in daycare, but we avoided it all season, so I'm pretty happy about that. No pink eye.
Nice.
Lice?
No lice yet, because most of them don't have hair there, so that's good.
Sorry.
It's a hair bug. Jordan, you have complaints about this parrot?
Oh yeah, actually, I texted Cameron. Here's my biggest. Okay, there's a lot of red flags. Obviously, the lead scientist lady
Parrot
lied
red
to everybody.
flags.
Love the character arc and the friendship between the parrot and LL Cool J.
Sure.
Hate that there's a parrot in the kitchen.
Little gross.
I don't like that at all. I don't like a bird in the kitchen, guys.
Where's
Have
it
it in your
shitting? Got
have it in your quarters.
Sure.
Do what
your
you got to
quarters.
do. And I know this isn't like a fine dining restaurant.
Although
It's,
it does seem like he is a pretty good chef. Yeah, I will actually counter that.
yeah. No.
Let's start off with
insult
a
to
perfect
him.
omelet.
But Cameron,
2 eggs, not 3.
This is a mistake.
Amateurs
Add
milk.
amateurs add milk for density.
I fucking love that part.
That's the quote of the movie, maybe. Well, except for maybe Samuel L. Jackson.
Now, I used to be interested in marine biology myself. I used to be a bit of a shark nut. So I can say bull sharks can swim in as shallow as 2 feet of water. Makos that are maybe bigger than Jaws, I do not think can swim in 3 feet of water within those hallways and maneuver.
What if they're real smart?
I don't think that
Yeah, we're
changes
talking about
size.
8,000 pounds.
Yeah, you're gonna beach yourself in those hallways. They can't maneuver.
They're beached.
Quick question.
Especially the big one.
Are sharks, is their vision periscope that much? Is that pretty accurate? Do we hit that?
I have no idea.
I'd like
Sharks
to think their
actually
vision's kind
interest-
of like a turtle side of the head.
Yeah, you would feel like that, definitely.
At the end when Dr. Susan was putting her bloody hand in the water, she's like, bait.
She's still just an animal.
I was waiting for the shark to give a little nose sniff.
And it did.
It did. No, it didn't actually move, but I was waiting for
You saw the blood go in though. You saw it happen or something.
Oh yeah,
Something happened. I can't remember
definitely
what.
raised an eyebrow or something.
I had a question. I guess we're to the end and we'll backtrack, but she didn't need to quite.
Nope.
It was dumb.
She cut her hand. She could have just dripped that into the
Dripped
water.
it in. Water.
Yeah.
Drip it in.
A little drip. Give it a little taste. See what happens. I don't know.
Yeah, that was totally her bad.
It's almost as unnecessary as I Am Legend, although that one's way more. And then A Quiet Place. Krasinski's character, it's
well,
yeah,
also,
he sacrificed.
maybe a little less on that one, but sure.
Well, but he sacrificed himself, which is necessary.
Yeah.
But he's now my kids are just cool. Guy just said, you didn't even put up a fight. Anyway.
Jordan, it was post-apocalyptic. He was checking out.
He's
Guys, this.
Can I ask something?
Of course, you can.
What happens if? I mean, we're worried about the shark getting out of the containment, right?
Although it has happened, and we have found it again somehow. Yeah, but
I do think they're less. That's what we are worrying about as a viewer. But I think these people are we just want to live.
oh, I think they're just worried about.
I don't think they give a shit about the shark.
It's trying to leave. It's trying to.
At the end, they care, but I think if they would have missed, they would have been like, oh.
Well,
when you get topside, you're I care about these sharks. But on the bottom, I'm why don't we just let these sharks the fuck out of here?
Yeah, let's just let them go. If that's what they're after.
I guess I didn't realize there was a DBS 2 and a DBS 3.
Oh, there's Deep Blue Sea 2 and 3.
yeah.
But also, like, hear me out, though. Like, if they get out, it's not like they're going to
So
be...
it got out anyway.
It's not like they're going to be super dicks and, like, going after humans. I think they'll just be really smart sharks that just eat dolphins and fish.
Yeah, smart doesn't mean necessarily like serial killers.
Yeah, maybe if you
dicks.
don't like SeaWorld blackfish them, they're just like, hey,
Yeah,
let
like
us
right
out.
now they're just attacking their prisoners, which makes sense, and they're sharks. Is kind of what
sure.
they do.
Yeah, they're
I
a
can
little
watch this
upset.
horror movie from the other way around. It's a little bit of a like the last house on the last house.
Have you
house
guys
on the
seen
left.
2 or 3? I have not.
No.
I didn't even know those exist.
They're definitely straight to
Those,
like
yeah, those are straight to
DVD
VHS.
releases or
God, those
whatever
have
they're
to be
called.
so
Yeah,
bad.
those didn't reach theaters.
Quick question though: these sharks do get out hypothetically, and I'm not talking about the later movies.
I don't know. I
Are
think
they
we killed
smarter
them
than the
all.
average dolphin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Their brains are.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's 5 times
Why did you
bigger than the
concede so fast? Let's hear your argument.
I just think they're probably like sharks are dumb. They made them smarter. Now they're a dolphin.
Okay. But still, dolphins are pretty fucking
don't
smart.
they fuck like recreationally
And kill.
Dolphins? Yeah.
and kill? They kind of play with their food, don't they?
I'd actually feel bad for these sharks because they'd go out super intelligent, try to be with other sharks and be like, guys, you're so stupid. They'd have to befriend dolphins.
No, I think it's... Well, we already saw that they made a pack. Like, and they've never done that
Just the
before.
two of them because
The three of them, they're hunting together.
Okay, yeah, the pact is we're all prisoners. Let's get out of here, pact.
Yeah.
What happens on the outside, Cameron? There's a lot
Same
of
as
ocean
killer
out there.
whales. They go around just murdering seals like crazy, you know.
Hey, let's clean
Just
up
they're,
here.
They're a lot better at killing seals, yeah.
Let's not work individually anymore. Let's just be the most vicious murderers of all time.
Yeah, they'll probably go after other sharks too, like they do with the tiger. Yeah.
The sharks have like an LL Cool J song, and they kind of meet up with the like the
let's
orcas.
get
They're
to
like,
that
"What?"
real quick.
I got my hand up because I
My
did
head
not
is
remember
like a
this at all.
shark fin. Is the main line.
Did you
Not
remember?
even once.
This is the
Did you guys see
closing
the
credit
video?
song, right?
Yeah,
no, I
that.
didn't see the video.
There's a video?
Not once does his head look like a shark.
No, I'm confused
Not
by
once
most
does
of
his
the
head look like a
lyrics.
shark fin.
It's not his best.
He's wearing a
work.
do-rag. It's
So
more
you
like
may
a
not
sea.
remember this because it didn't hit like a lot of other rap song, like rapper turned actors, like like Will Smith. It didn't hit like a lot of his songs. I didn't even remember there was an LL Cool J song associated with this movie.
Oh, I sure remember.
until the closing credits. Didn't remember it at all.
Deepest blues. My head is like a shark fin. Deepest.
Yeah, I definitely remember. It's definitely I would prefer a Will Smith rap song to accompany my movies, but good for
Wild
ya.
Wild West
Best rap song.
is a
worst
better movie. Well,
Wait,
it's a
wait a
better
minute.
movie than Deepest Blues is a song.
Sure.
Can I just say that?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to listen to the song 'cause that's an awful movie.
Bad
That's a
movie.
bad movie. This song must suck. This song must be awful.
The song is absurd.
I have one last real animosity for you. These sharks are super smart. They're possibly dolphin smart. Yet at the end, they're confused by floaties and fire extinguishers as just bubbles like they're regular fucking animals.
They're
Like,
Can someone
still
explain
just
that scene to me?
animals.
What
I can't. We ran out of ways to get to the top. We did, and then
I thought we were using the fire extinguishers to
To get yourself up. Yeah, that's
No,
what I
you'll
assumed.
go
All
too
of a sudden
fast.
they let him
You
go.
gotta
I was
bre-
like, whoa,
you got-
whoa, whoa, whoa.
You got to breathe that on the way up, or your lungs will pop, and you'll get blood poisoning. Can't do it.
Oh, do you know what that's called?
Decompression sickness. Decompression sickness.
It's like something called like the brakes. The
bends.
The bends.
It's the bends. You can't do that.
That's
It's nitrous oxide
scary.
poisoning, I believe.
Yeah, if you come up too quick, like deep sea divers actually like
So-
die from coming up too quick.
So that's
right?
all. You have to go in a decompression chamber. So I also believe that they might have come up too quick anyway, even though Thomas Jane was like, we can't use these flotation devices. But again, biggest animosity of that is that those super smart sharks were like confused.
I
by
like that they included like science, like the bends, but they just
kind of glossed over it.
they also had just dolphin smart.
This is my speculation. I don't know how smart they were. We just know that they're pretty smart.
Smarter than usual. I just have, as far as animosity goes with the bends and stuff, they go from like top level, bottom level, mid level. They go between levels so quick without it affecting them at all.
They go immediately. Would there be any decompressor?
Well, granted,
no, because
within the facility, they might be fine, but as soon as they're getting in water,
they lost pressure in the facility though, like a little bit at a time, didn't they?
I think when the pool comes in, I think they might all just explode. Is what would happen from like pressure suddenly. I don't think you can live through that.
I can tell you what, I don't know what it takes to be a shark wrangler, but I am never going to be able to shut door where you have to spin the wheel and close against. Never going to be able to do that.
Well, not against the ocean's pressure.
No.
Can't do it against 10 times during the movie.
They never would have been able to shut a single door in this movie.
Not a single door.
No.
Maybe a shark
and
wrangler,
you're telling
but
me
there's
that,
no way that Rappaport could.
Stop saying shark wrangler like you know what that is.
And you're telling me that Thomas Jane can just open like a airtight elevator door with a shitty knife? Like, granted, it did break, but he still opened that elevator door. That was holding back thousands and thousands, millions of pounds of water, but he just...
To quote Mark, the ocean.
Yeah, the ocean.
The ocean was on the other side of that.
Yeah.
The deep blue sea. I got a question, and this is a real question I never thought about before this viewing of the movie.
Give it to me.
So we have the whole crew down there doing the experiment. They already see, like, this is all happening. What's LL Cool J thinking during this whole time? Oh, no, the place is just, like, he doesn't know they're smart sharks yet for a while.
Oh, you know what, though?
He's just like, I'm going to die here.
Immediately, he kind of shits his pants.
He actually finds out before most people, because before even Samuel dies, he blows up a shark that gets in. But I will say, big problem with Samuel is, like, he initially sees water coming in by his feet, doesn't run to an exit. Water rushes in, and he looks for the fucking bird. It's like chest-high water, and he's still not immediately looking for the surface. Fuck your bird. Get to the top.
But where's he go? Like, at that time, you just have
Samuel
to assume...
or LL?
LL. I'm sorry. LL.
No, it's fine. We're working with a lot of...
His character, though, before he even sees the sharks, you'd have to assume, oh, no, this place is sinking.
Yeah, like it's filling with water. Get to the top. But he somehow opens the second level elevator door for them. So we're
Don't you see the fucking tiramisu cake he's working on?
I'm led to believe that LL Cool J, no matter what, goes a level deeper. I don't know why.
I just feel like he was dealing with the most because he didn't know what was going on. But he made it.
He killed 2 sharks. He killed the one and he shot the second one, technically.
Oh, yeah. But the first one was the big one. Also, I don't know if that worked, but I loved it. What did he say? What was his line?
You ate my bird.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
That part was so fun. You ate my bird. Boom.
And then what really would have happened is that explosion caused the sea to, again, rush into that area, and then he just died because the structure's from World War II.
Yeah, it would have exploded whatever. I don't know.
The galley.
I might have brought this question up on either like a Urban Hermit or just another movie dealing with water and electronics.
Oh, yeah.
Electrocution?
Yeah, electrocution. You throw a toaster in a bathtub, you're fucked, right? You're getting electrocuted.
Sure.
Let's say you stick a wire in the ocean. How long
does the current go for?
The wire in the shark's
in the
mouth.
Shark.
Here's what I might argue. I don't think
electricity flows through.
Yeah, does it flow through the whole ocean? Like, am I getting zapped?
Well, it would have flown through the shark, right, though?
Yeah, for sure. It has conductivity. Like, it'll eventually reach its limit and kind of die out.
Sure.
And she is standing on rubber, maybe, sure. Here's what I'll say. The shark is charging at her, coming out of the water, and that wire immediately shoots it back. I think that mass of the shark would have sandwiched her against the wall, and they all would have been electrocuted.
It may not have eaten her, but it would have hit her pretty good, and everybody would have gotten shock.
Yeah, I think they all would have been electrocuted, and she would have been a little bit of crushed, I think is what would have happened. But she gets hers. Let us know if we missed anything major, but we're going to move it on to recasting. Welcome to recasting. Kind of hard to remember the names for us in this one, but let's start at the beginning with Whitlock. That's the scientist that gets his arm bitten off. Mark,
yes.
Mark, what'd you have?
I didn't love mine, but I did Sean Bean. Someone a little bit expendable. Maybe some sort of accent. Did Jim Whitlock have an accent? I think.
Yeah, I mean Bill Skarsgård does. I don't know if the character does.
Some sort of Norwegian.
That's fine with me. Yeah, I'm actually.
You know what's also nice about that is since he has such a history in film of dying.
Yeah, that's totally cool with me.
Arrows to the chest, arms bitten off.
I think I've already done this crossover, but I just did Brendan Gleeson.
Okay.
I don't know.
I could definitely see him smoking and getting his arm bit off.
Sure. Yeah. See, that's why I did it. Jordan, you got anyone?
Mine's kind of weird, but I saw who I saw. I went Willem Dafoe.
Okay. I'm not. I don't hate it.
Totally fine.
It felt like a 90s type character, too. Yep. I feel like we...
Let's move it on to Scoggins. That would be our comedic relief character.
Michael Rappaport.
Michael
Yeah,
Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport.
I did Joey Slotnick. You would know him from our Blast from the Past. He's the diner owner. He was that the 90s character actor with that curly orange frizzy hair.
If you gave him that, that'd be like maybe his biggest role.
I agree.
That's a lot of screen time.
Yeah, he's like
Not
in
bad.
Twister or something. He's in a few big 90s movies.
Yeah, but like
Is he in Twister?
He's in something.
I think he is. Yeah,
He might be.
he is in Twister, and he's got a lot of side points, but he never is part of the skeleton crew, Cameron.
That's true.
equivalent.
That's
If you-
true.
I mean, he's definitely going home on the week. He's not getting that much screen
he's
time.
not seeing
back.
green.
Go back and see our Blast from the Past. Who'd you guys have?
Go back and see our Twister.
I did Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons. Is he from Breaking Bad?
Is he? Yes.
I don't know. The redhead?
Like Mike. Yeah, redhead. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
with
yeah.
that.
I think he could be
I think
kind
I-
of goofy and aloof.
I think I know what you're talking
I
about.
don't think
He
Michael
plays-
Rappaport was even that funny in this movie. I just think
No,
there's
I don't
gotta
know
be
if
some
the-
sort of like goofy guy.
The character isn't so because it was goofy. I went Jason Segel all day, every day.
I'm fine
Oh,
with
that-
that.
like the Seagull character.
I think he'd be
that
funnier.
wins.
I think he'd play horror well.
Funnier
too.
for sure. It's more the goofy. Plus, when like he died with a thumbs up, can't you just imagine Segel being like, "We did it, we did
Is
it"?
he the one in the beginning like pissing into the wind?
No, that's Whitlock.
No,
Fred-
that's Skarsgård's character.
How brilliant can he be? He's pissing into the wind.
Listen to the wind.
That is a little funny.
Oh, can I make a
clip.
side note that I thought about all the movies we've watched? Rule of thumb: it doesn't mean it's going to be like a well-made movie, but it will be decently entertaining if your main characters have to take a helicopter somewhere in the first 5 minutes.
Sure, yeah. Why not? It's adventure. That's action adventure for you.
There you go.
Let's move it on to Janice. That would be the wife of Whitlock, the short pixie blonde hair.
I did a looks like. I also did. I thought it was her, if I remember the movie correctly.
No, you
I thought it was. I thought it was Anne Heche before we watched the movie. so that's what I did.
I would have done that, but I think recasted her in the last movie. A shout out to Mark. I did Meg Ryan.
Ooh, that's a big actor for that role.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
like Meg Ryan.
Who doesn't? It's a good actress.
Good movie.
Good movie.
I've got a couple here. I'm just gonna pick the one I like the most. I think Helen Hunt.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get that.
She seems scientisty to me.
Sure.
Yeah, and like she'd lose her shit. We can feel it.
She's
like,
on the skeleton
this
crew.
latest. Yeah, she is. She'd be on the skeleton crew for sure.
Let's move it on to Franklin. That would be our Samuel L. Jackson. I just moved it on to another smooth, cool guy, Jamie Foxx.
Thought about that.
I don't know. I've used them before
thought
as a
about that.
crossover because they both played the cool, smooth well.
Well, I stayed along that lines, and I just went Denzel Washington.
Okay, sure.
Jamie Foxx is hipper though, right?
He played
Jordan,
the
that's-
humor more, where he'd be fun to get eaten. Denzel, I don't think he wouldn't take.
He'd really
this role.
lean into the speech.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think
he
that-
might.
The
Make
speech
book
is
Eli and shit.
important. I don't think there's a lot of humor in his. I mean, maybe there is. Just like
It's horror, but
I
it's
want,
meant to be
I
kind
want
of
Danny
funny.
Glover.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's good.
Sure,
I mean,
love it.
That's
Denzel
good.
was my
Actually, that
number
works
one,
a lot too.
I'm fine with that.
Danny Glover was
Go
my-
back and listen. Do we do Angels in the Outfield?
Not yet.
I swear we did it.
Maybe
They're
we've definitely done
watching.
Rookie of the Year.
They're always watching.
All right, Preacher. Mark, who did you have for your Preacher?
Quite possibly the backbone of this movie.
The best player in this movie. I mean,
like,
give Tom Jane his credit, but yeah,
I did Kid Cudi. I think he actually brings
I actually
a really
really like
comedic presence to the movie. I think Kid Cudi could bring it.
he's gotten into acting more recently. He was in X, that horror movie. He was pretty fun in that,
Yeah.
and something else I can't remember.
There was like
He's been in a
it was almost like
handful of
a
movies.
stoner movie he was into.
which there is a sequel to now, or a prequel called Peach or I can't remember, but I'm actually I
Okay.
mean to check that out. I like that.
I like Kid Cudi quite a bit better than mine. I definitely did rapper turn actor. I just went ludicrous. Kept it.
That works.
Kinda
It's just
a
it's
lateral
just like
move.
3 years early from Fast and the Furious, but yeah, he was looking for
Yeah.
a franchise to jump on.
Wait, that
So-
actually that works.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like he would have killed it, but I kind of like Kid Cudi as like a more creative pick than mine. Dang.
Hear me out. This might be a little
Good job.
late in his career, but Sinbad, just a fun Sinbad.
Oh. Actually, I don't hate that at all.
I don't hate
This
that at
is. I actually like that. And that guy dressed his whole life like he's a line cook, at least from
That's
the
what I'm
pants
saying. Poofy
department.
clothing. It
I don't-
kind of fits well. Just change the coloration.
Ooh, damn, Sinbad's good.
God
you,
damn,
thank
Sinbad's
you.
great.
Let's move it on to Susan, the scientist. I did Emily Browning. child actress. I mean, you might remember from Ghost Ship. She was, I think, in Series of Unfortunate Events. She's a British actress.
Oh, okay.
Emily Browning.
I think there's 3 lookalikes here that you could.
Oh, okay. Kind of got an Olivia Wilde look to her.
Also, a Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. Her name. I thought about her too for some reason.
Emma something.
No.
Emily.
Yes.
Amelia Clark.
There we go.
Amelia. Yeah.
But I'm wasting one. Sorry.
What's
Go
my
ahead.
like?
Sorry.
I've got one that you're not going to like, but I wanted it, and I actually think it's a bad miscasting, but I wanted to put her in a 90s movie. I'm doing Ashley Judd. Go back and see.
That's fine. I mean,
But
we're taking away the British accent. She would just be a scientist who means well.
Means well, but this one, like, you kind of have to not mean well, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're crossing lines.
Misconstrued. Anyway, I went her. I don't feel great about it, but I wrote it down.
I like Ashley Judd.
That's what I did.
That's fine with me.
I think you could go any which route here. I did Daisy Ridley, which means you could also do
Is that
Keira Knightley or Natalie Portman or any of the Star Wars act. Like you could just do any of those.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Let's move it on to our main character, Carter. Jason Statham. Granted, I might be thinking the Meg, but doesn't this just seem like the kind of
Is he in the
Meg?
Yeah, he's the main character in the Meg.
You can't steal the Meg.
It doesn't. Well, honestly, I thought about that afterwards, but doesn't this seem like the kind of just like stupid action role he could be perfect with? I'm a con man, and you don't want me making waves, kind of thing.
He would have been really good.
That's actually good Jason Statham, dude.
Thank you.
Plus a shark wrangler really has no nationality. They're a person of the ocean.
True. Who'd you guys have?
I went looks. I went Aaron Eckhart.
Ah, Jesus Christ. I wish I would have said it. I literally.
Okay.
Yep.
So I did.
Fine.
Complete looks like. Would have added a little more.
Well,
more charismatic.
Major butt chin.
Well, yeah, but they have a very similar look. I as well want Aaron Eckhart.
Oh, interesting. Both of them. I'm fine with that. With that, should we move it on to the Holy Trinity? We're pulling out a oldie for you. We're bringing back the Holy Trinity. The Holy Trinity is 3 character actors being placed into this movie. This week we are doing Keanu Reeves, Nicolas Cage, and Danny DeVito. Let's start with Danny DeVito. Where would you put him, Mark?
I'm putting DeVito Scoggins role.
Okay, comic relief.
The comic relief.
He could be tech. He doesn't necessarily have aquatic
He can
skills.
be tech.
Yeah.
He can be tech. Absolutely. He's tech.
I'm fine with that. I was thinking maybe like just too much Frank Reynolds, and I don't want to take away a character of color, but just making him Franklin in the suit coming in. He's the money guy. That seems just like on par with
the money guy.
Like just like even Matilda, like he's good at the money guy, like the kind of the swindling
the
money
suit,
guy.
the shitty swindling suit. It wouldn't.
It'd be fun to watch his version of the speech before he gets eaten.
That's also what I was thinking. It wouldn't be. He'd be a mouthful. He would disappear in the shark's mouth. It wouldn't be even anything sticking out.
It's true. All hands and tits and butts and I
don't know. From the moment Cameron texted me, "Hey, let's do the Trinity," Danny DeVito is the shark.
Look at me!
Couldn't get that out of my head.
Tobago.
He's a hammerhead shark.
He's all 3 sharks. Every shark you see is Danny DeVito.
Does he have lines?
Actually, I fucking love
Yeah, he leans into it. You know, it's a DeVito shark. You didn't get Danny DeVito to be a shark to not get Danny DeVito to be a shark.
Sure. Where did you put Keanu Reeves? I think this.
This one's the easiest one.
I don't know, because I would actually say I would maybe put him as the Scroggins, the tech guy. Like, who you gonna trust? You're gonna trust me. He's gonna be your fun-loving guy. He's not quite funny, but he's a doofus, and you like him, and that's how he fits into that role.
I appreciate you for trying, but Mark, should we just agree that he's a shark wrangler?
He's shark wrangler.
Yeah,
I thought
there's no way.
I would make him the shark wrangler,
Carter.
but we're on to Nicolas Cage. That's my Carter. You want a crazy wild card who can dodge a shark in the water? That's Nicolas Cage. You want someone who doesn't make waves on the water?
Cameron, hear me out.
Sure.
Two egg omelet.
Which is that Cage or is that Keanu?
That's Cage. It's me. It's Cage.
Okay, sorry.
2-egg omelet. You don't want to put milk in it. That's what the amateurs do.
So where are you putting him? What is he? Okay, so he's the cook?
He's the preacher. He's the
the preacher. He's the cook. He's LL Cool J.
Interesting. That could be fun. He could just having the kooky cook.
Imagine like him with like a do-rag on.
It actually might be pretty fun.
Actually, I don't hate that.
That actually
But hear me out though. If we didn't have Keanu in the mix, Cage would be there.
Yeah, sure, because he's like a leading man action star. So
but you're saying that Keanu couldn't be the kooky cook that you're just rooting for that makes it. I said Scroggins, but now that I remember that's a character.
I actually don't think Keanu can be the cook.
It's just ham. It's ham.
It's just ham.
You killed my bird.
So where you
ham.
So where you putting him then?
Keanu?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the shark wrangler. He's Blake.
Okay, sorry. So where are you putting Cage?
See, I thought this one too. You could put him in a lot of roles, but I really want to see him on the opening scene on the boat, the party boat.
Okay.
I want to see him cutting loose, listen to music, making his moves.
See, funny enough, that's where I was about to put Keanu, but it's too small. We're having a party, man. That's what I was going to have him saying.
It's just a party boat, dude.
It's a party boat, dude.
My bad.
I don't know. Probably though, if I took him as a main character, I would put I would what's his name? Why am I blanking now? The actor. Yeah, I would put him as a Scars.
Oh, Skarsgård.
I put him as a Skarsgård
Put him as
character.
Whitlock.
Put him as Whitlock.
He
seems like a scientist. He seems like a scientist that's breaking the rules.
I'd like to see him get his arm bitten off and just how he'd react to that scene.
Yeah, it'd be fun to also see him like get tossed into the glass and
Sure. Okay.
Wink and do all that stuff.
That was the Holy Trinity. Thanks for listening in. That's a fun, slight replacement for Mount Rushmore. If you have any other character actors you'd like to request, make sure you hit us up on cultclassicpodcast@gmail.com. If you like what you heard, make sure you listen to the whole Majestic Jam Network. I'm Not Crazy, Urban Hermit, the High Wire Podcast. I'm Not Crazy. You can write in and find us on social media to keep the conversation going at Cult Classics Pod. And until then, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.